The one look from Leonor that has everyone concerned. Sometimes a single expression can say more than 1,000 words. And recently, that's exactly what happened with Princess Leonor. One brief moment. One quiet look. No dramatic statement. No official announcement. Yet within hours, people across Spain and royal watchers around the world were asking the same question. What was Princess Leonor thinking? Was she simply exhausted after weeks of demanding military training? Was she reflecting on the enormous responsibility waiting for her in the future? Or was it just one of those ordinary moments that cameras happen to capture? Today, we're taking a closer look at the expression that has everyone talking, and why it has sparked so many conversations. Princess Leonor has spent the past few years living a life unlike almost anyone her age. While many young adults are focused on university, careers, or travel, Leonor has been preparing for one of the biggest responsibilities imaginable, becoming the future Queen of Spain. Every public appearance she makes is carefully observed. Every smile is noticed. Every gesture is analyzed. And sometimes, even the smallest facial expression becomes international news. During one of her recent public appearances, photographers captured Leonor with what many described as a distant or thoughtful expression. For just a few seconds, she appeared unusually serious before returning to her composed public demeanor. The images spread quickly online. Almost immediately, social media was filled with theories. Some believed she looked emotionally overwhelmed. Others suggested she seemed physically exhausted. A few even wondered whether there was something happening behind palace walls that the public didn't know about. But here's the important thing to remember. None of those theories have been confirmed. There has been no official statement suggesting that Leonor is facing any personal crisis, and a single photograph, or even a few seconds of video, rarely tells the full story. Still, the public reaction says something interesting. People aren't just fascinated by royalty anymore. They're looking for moments that feel human. When Leonor smiles confidently, people admire her professionalism. When she looks serious, people immediately wonder what she's carrying beneath the surface. That level of attention comes with being the future monarch. Leonor has spent the past year undergoing intensive military training, one of the most demanding periods of her young life. The schedule has included physical exercises, academic instruction, leadership development, and long days designed to prepare future officers. Anyone completing that kind of training would naturally experience moments of fatigue. Even so, Leonor has continued representing the crown with remarkable discipline. She rarely speaks publicly about her personal emotions. Instead, she allows her actions to speak for themselves. That quiet approach has become one of her defining characteristics. Unlike many public figures today, Leonor doesn't share personal updates on social media. She doesn't respond to rumors. She doesn't explain every expression captured by photographers. As a result, people naturally fill the silence with their own interpretations. Sometimes those interpretations are reasonable. Sometimes they're wildly exaggerated. It's one of the challenges of living under constant public attention. Another reason this particular moment attracted so much attention is because Spain sees Leonor as more than just a princess. For many people, she represents the future of the monarchy itself. Every appearance becomes part of a much larger story. Supporters hope to see confidence, maturity, and stability. Critics look for signs of pressure or uncertainty. Both sides often read far more into a single image than the image alone can actually reveal. Body language experts are frequently invited by television programs and magazines to analyze royal appearances, but even professionals generally caution against drawing firm conclusions from one isolated moment. Human emotions change from second to second. A thoughtful glance could simply mean someone is concentrating. A serious expression could be nothing more than the sun being in their eyes. Without context, it's impossible to know exactly what someone is feeling. Perhaps that's why this story has resonated with so many people. Most of us have experienced moments where someone assumed we were sad, worried, or upset, when in reality we were simply thinking. Leonor, however, experiences that on an international stage. Every photograph becomes a conversation. Every pause becomes a headline. And every expression becomes part of the public record. Despite all the speculation, one thing remains clear. Princess Leonor continues to fulfill every official responsibility expected of her. She continues her military training. She continues attending public engagements. And she continues preparing for the day when she will one day inherit the Spanish throne. Whether that famous look reflected exhaustion, concentration, or simply an ordinary passing moment, only Leonor truly knows. What the moment really reminds us is how closely the world watches those who are born into extraordinary roles. Sometimes the biggest headlines aren't created by words. Sometimes they're created by a single glance. And in Leonor's case, one quiet look was enough to capture the attention of an entire nation. But perhaps the real story isn't what that expression meant. Perhaps the real story is why millions of people cared enough to ask the question in the first place. As Princess Leonor continues her journey toward becoming Spain's future queen, every chapter of her story will continue to unfold in front of the world. And people will undoubtedly keep watching, wondering, and waiting to see what comes next. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.